Hey everybody, welcome to the Power Hour of Love. I'm Charboil and this is...
El Bandito.
How's it going tonight, El Bandito?
Oh man, I am psyched tonight. We got so many people in the house. We got the amazing Brando von Brando joining us tonight. We hope you dug that killer intro, man, because you made it. So I would suspect that you did. We also got Steve Z joining us. Buddy, what is up, my man? I know you guys are in the house tonight because we said it. It is the return of the Name That Game tournament, man. We're starting it off tonight. We're going to sprinkle them in throughout the show. A couple of clips we're going to throw up on the board, and you guys will have to type in as fast as you can what the name of the game is. And you'll earn points, and it's not just first come, first serve. Everybody gets kind of bracketed points. You know, you get first, second, third, and then they add up throughout, you know, the next month or so that we're going to be doing this. And we're also going to be doing them on social media tomorrow and on Thursdays as well.
Oh, yeah, man. I'm telling you, like last year, this was such a big hit, man. Everyone seemed to really dig it. And what's really cool, man, even if you don't get that question right away, we also ask a little additional bonus question here for you guys watching Power Hour Live, man. So there's plenty of time to earn some points, man, and we're going to be rocking some of those real quick, but we also have a very special thing going on this week. Tell them about it, El Bandito.
We do, in honor of Mother's Day, we decided to pay tribute not only to our own dear moms by saying, we love you, Mom. Thank you for all the awesome stuff that you've done, and thank you to all of the wonderful moms out there who are just, you know, we know it's hell to put up with kids, man. We don't care if they're girls or boys or whatever, man. They can be monsters sometimes.
You know it.
So thank you for all that you do, and everyone kind of, just, you know, it's your mom, you know, kind of thing.
And, you know, why don't you guys go ahead and share the love with your moms?
Yeah.
You know, if you have your mom here on Facebook, go ahead and share the Power Hour tour and let her come join in the fun here. But why don't we tell them, what special moms are we going to be talking about tonight?
Well, we are going to be talking about comic book moms. That's right. We're talking about the best and worst. These are our choice. You guys can sprinkle in the comments all you want about who you think are the best and worst moms, and you can let us know what you think of our picks. But yeah, that's right. We've got two sets. The first half of the show we're dedicating to the best moms in comics who raised the awesomest comic kids. And then the second half of the show, we're going to be dedicating to the worst moms out there, the evil, villainous, treacherous moms who were kind of pretty crappy to their kids. And some of the kids still worked out okay. Some of them didn't. It's just like real life. So that's nice.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes, you know, there's that whole apple falling from the tree and all that stuff. But hey, like you said, just because, you know, you have a villainous parent doesn't mean you have to be a villain yourself, right, El Bandito?
Absolutely. I mean, you know, it works both ways. Sometimes really great parents, their kid could be a shitheel, and there's nothing you can do about it.
I mean, look at the new Star Wars. Oh, spoiler alert. That's as far as we'll go with that for tonight. But
well, again, if you guys want to give a special shout out to your mom, throw it in the comments, man. If we catch it as it rolls past with all the wonderful comments we get, we'll give your mom a shout out, and then you can share a video with her. Tell her we're actually on TV or something. She'll love that.
Hey, I know I shared it with my mom.
Yeah.
And your mom, too.
Absolutely.
But, but hey, man, why don't we just jump right into the action, man, and start talking about some of these great, good comic book moms.
Absolutely, man. The sooner we get into the good moms, the sooner we can get into the Name Your Game tournament.
Oh, it's coming, guys. Like I said, we have a couple throughout the show. Just keep watching. It's going to be awesome.
La, ba, ba, bam. Happy Mother's Day to all you beautiful moms out there.
Oh, yeah. We love you, Mom.
I know. Can we take a minute to give a shout out to MILFs out there, single moms?
Oh, yeah. MILF. When is MILF Day? I forgot the actual day.
Do they have an actual day? Every day is MILF Day to me. That's what's up.
Forget Rusev Day. It's MILF Day. Give some love to MILF Day.
Let's give some love. There you go. All right. How about we show some love to moms out there?
Oh, absolutely.
Throw some love for moms.
Love's all around.
I know. Here's the love just for my mom. There you go.
That's all. Oh, there you go. There you go.
Took a minute. I know my mom was watching, being like, really, dude? You said it, and then no hearts came up.
So, all right, man, let's dive into it. We're going to be talking about the good moms first.
We got it. The best of the best super moms out there.
Oh,
and we're going to start off with, I think, one of my favorites, man. The one who portrayed on screen as probably the bangingest, like, mom. We're talking about Sue Storm, the Invisible Woman.
Oh, man. Like, you're right. Now, this was, I take it you're referring to the Jessica Beale? Is that who you're?
It's Jessica Alba.
Oh, is it?
Right?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it's Jessica Alba,
Yeah.
but also Kate Mara is like wicked hot too.
Oh, the newer. I didn't even watch that newer one, but
I didn't watch the movie, but like I've seen her in other stuff, and I was like, dude, that chick's banging. I got to check this out. And then I watched the trailer and was like, nah, I don't need to see that. Like,
Oh, we definitely have a call. We say we have Katie D saying, "Love you, Mom," to Susan,
Yeah, so Susan, here's some love for you. Bam. Happy Mother's Day.
and hope you love Sue Storm. You know,
Yeah,
think of that.
exactly.
Yeah, Sue Storm and Susan. There you go.
It's pretty fitting, right? Okay, but so who are her kids? Tell us a bit about her kids.
Okay, so Sue has 2 children with Reed Richards, her husband, and they are Franklin and is it Valeria? Valeria Richards. So yeah, so a boy and a girl, and there is something very special about Franklin Richards.
Yeah, he is like the super omega awesome class of like technically mutant. Like he's a mutant because his parents got their powers through unnatural means, but then he was born with abilities, and he has like crazy Jack level powers where he can do anything.
Jack, I love it.
Be anything. Yeah, I mean Jack's a total ripoff of this.
He is. That is absolutely Franklin Richards.
Yeah.
I mean, I know in the comics they go into all this whole thing about alpha level mutant and level 5 level mutant. I mean, he's like a level 6 or 7. Like he's definitely the most powerful mutant, at least that they know of right now on Earth, So I mean,
I heard his power was over 9,000.
It was over 9,000. Oh man, so you got to look at it. We're throwing a lot of love at Franklin, but also she has a little daughter. So I mean, she is definitely a super mom.
Yeah. Yeah, to be kicking 2 kids around, man. I mean, everyone who has 1 kid, I mean, you know how it is. If there's something broken in your house, you know who did it. You know? But when there's 2 kids, and then it's like a mystery. It's a whole other level of being a parent.
You know it, man. So yeah, like you said, we got Franklin and a little daughter and stuff like that. So Sue's always running around with the Fantastic Four and saving us from intergalactic and also evil rulers from right here on right on Earth.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, as you can see, she still takes time to go and have a couple babies and take care of them.
Yeah, and she's very loving and very considerate mom. She spends a lot of time with her kids. There's a lot of times where she's like something's happening at the Baxter building, and she's very protective of them.
Oh,
and stuff
of course,
like that.
yeah.
So that's really cool. I mean, that's what you want out of a good mom.
Yeah.
So here you go. Everything's gonna be okay, Franklin. It's fine.
I do really like that Franklin has on his like uncle's like pajamas. Like not his pajamas, but
I thought they were Ghost Rider pajamas.
Oh, you did?
Because it's just a head, But you're right. It's probably Johnny Storm. So.
Absolutely, man. But yeah, like you said, Franklin, he's one of the most powerful mutants in the whole world. Yeah. So you better be a good mom, right?
No doubt, man. It's kind of like that the kid from the Twilight Zone.
Oh, Anthony. Yeah, Anthony Freeman. Yeah.
Oh, man. But Valeria has a pretty interesting history herself in the fact that she kind of has this special relationship with Dr. Doom that's kind of weird because he's constantly trying to kind of convince her that her dad sucks, that Reed sucks, because Dr. Doom doesn't like him. And, they've always had this long going sort of thing. And I love that there's actually, as she gets older and older, she kind of is understanding the dichotomy between the two of them. And she very much actually goes to Doom and is like, dude, I'm going to help you with some stuff so that you can help my dad and kind of bury your beef and stuff. And I was like, man, that's cool.
And I mean, you got to imagine, Franklin gets a lot of the attention being this all-powerful mutant, so definitely, this is a really cool twist to the storyline. And I mean, any father who sees one of their children even communicating with a rival, I mean, that's immediately going to be a defense thing. But Sue always wins her back with the love if she goes too far, right?
But here she is, man. I mean, what is she? She's got to be 6 years old or something.
Yeah,
she traveled to Latveria all by herself. And Doom's all like, does your dad know you're here?
Probably. It's like, I got warrants. Well, he's the ruler of a country, so I guess it doesn't matter.
Yeah, he doesn't. He's got diplomatic immunity, man.
There you go.
He's all set.
All right, man. So yeah, it's very, very, very cool, man. Just seeing, like the Richards children, and definitely, like we said, of course, Reed's there for him too.
Yeah.
But that motherly love.
Yeah. It's Mother's Day. Bah.
Yeah, we'll deal with Reed on Father's Day.
Father's Day doesn't get an episode. That's fine. Dads are the unsung heroes, man.
Absolutely, man.
It's all about moms because dads are busy at work fighting with people and like hating stuff. I mean, I know there's stay-at-home dads out there too, so you definitely get the shout out. But just being a mom, man, that's brutal.
You guys let us know who you think is the best comic book mom. Like I said, we got more for you, the good moms coming up, but you guys definitely throw down in the comments what you think of Sue Storm, if you think she definitely deserves a spot on the Power Hour's Best Mom.
Absolutely. What do you guys think? I want to ask all the moms that are out there maybe watching, what do you think about being able to turn invisible when your kid's being a pain in the ass? Because I'm going to go out on a limb and be like, dude, she's done it. Like maybe they never put it in comics.
Oh, yeah.
She's done it.
She's sneaking up on them.
Yeah.
Imagine you get your ass beat by like an invisible person.
That invisible chancleta to the back of the head, bro.
Oh, my gosh, man. So good.
All right. Well, moving on from there, we got the OG super mom right here, man.
Oh, yeah.
We're, why did you say that name? We're talking about Martha Kent, baby.
Oh, look at that. Martha Kent. We got Steve throwing it down. Man, you must be a mind reader, Steve, because we're going to be talking about Martha right now. Now,
absolutely,
like we said, Martha, when Superman came to Earth from Krypton and, the Kents found, him, little baby and wrapped in his, and it eventually would become his costume, right? That's how they found him. Yeah. And, and they took him in and they raised him. So, of course, Pa Kent was there too, but man, Martha Kent was always there, and she's like, we got to come up with a way to protect this little guy, like knowing his strength.
And there's a lot of fun stuff with that sort of backstory between his suit and the blanket, and the fact that bullets can bounce off it and it doesn't shred. Because you're like, well, how the hell did she sew it together then?
Yeah.
Whatever. I'm not going to get too into it. I don't want to sit here and debunk Superman because Martha Kent, everything that she's done, I think does not get any credit in any of the new movies or anything like that, and I think that totally stinks because to me, a lot of what made Superman great back in the day was truth, justice, and the American way, and he learned all that crap from his adoptive Earth parents who were these kind of Bible Belt goody two-shoes people.
Absolutely.
They had those core American values, and like you said, man, they found this baby who crash-landed from outer space, and they decided to take him in and protect him and everything like that, and I mean, special shout-out to any of the moms out there that are like, I'm going to adopt a kid. Because, you have a kid, you have to take care of it. But to go out of your way and foster a kid, adopt a kid, I mean, that takes a special kind of person. And, we're going to throw you all some love, too.
Oh, absolutely, man. And like we said, man, I know the last couple of weeks we've been talking a lot about the Avengers and stuff that's going on at Marvel. But as you can see here, man, we definitely want to throw some love to our DC fans out there. And yeah, man, like right here, you see them, they're that, like I said, good old fashioned, family, like family value, like I said, they took them in and they raised them, in Smallville. And not to get confused with that TV show, but, either way, they still, like you said, brought him up right and, really made him, the man he is today. We all know Batman's afraid that one day Superman's going to go off the hinges, but it's because of these two individuals right here is probably why he won't.
Look, Jake H is out there saying, what's up? He says he can't stay for long, but we're glad you joined us for just a bit, buddy. It's always good to spend some time with you.
Oh, man, yeah. Thanks a lot, Jake, for popping in. But, man, try to stick around because we got the Name That Game first game coming up right after this, man. So just give us a few more minutes with Martha Kent, man, and we're going to be dropping that first game on you guys.
All right, so the thing I want to say about Martha Kent, man, is in the new Justice League movie, Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice.
Yes.
They had such a good opportunity to kind of play into the whole motherly concept there with the dual Martha name thing. And there's that moment, Batman's like, oh, why did you say that name and all that? And it gets totally heckled and people trash on it all the time. But, it only would have taken a few more lines of dialogue to really connect the dots there and to have Lois just tell this crazy bat dude who's trying to kill the guy she loves, like, dude, that's his mom's name. He has a mom here on Earth, and he loves her and she's in danger and blah, 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 whatever. Why didn't Batman get that exposition that would have made that whole scene work? That would have been so good. And so true to the comic book characters of the great upbringing that he had. So I don't know why that hit the cutting room floor.
Absolutely, man. No, I mean, when I heard it, I was actually surprised. I was like, wow, I never really put those two pieces together. So I actually kind of thought it was clever, but in the grand scheme of things, that movie itself was just such a mishmash. Like,
so not clever.
Yeah, stuff was just so packed in there. Like, it probably should have been 3 movies, which I know like we wouldn't have wanted. But I mean, I'm just saying. Like,
3 of those movies, I wasn't interested in. But Superman always takes time to go back and see his mom out there in Smallville and to take care of her and stuff like that. Jonathan's still kicking in the comics. I don't know why they always kill him in movies and TV. He's still alive. He's been alive for like 90 years. So I don't know.
I think back when like Superman died, didn't he have like a heart attack, and then like he went and kind of like brought Superman like there was a crazy like return of Superman.
But he didn't
stuff.
die. He was still alive at the end. Jonathan was still alive at the end.
Yeah, he was just kind of having one of those moments where a near death experience. But
which you could say, did he really talk to Superman or didn't he? I don't know, but
Oh, sorry, man. Captain Joel has joined us. How's it going tonight, Joel? Talk about, man, what a great guy here for, to talk about the mothers of all comics, I mean, like, this guy definitely is like an expert when it comes to this thing. Thanks, Joel, for joining us.
He's also an expert in great moms because we know Captain Joel. We met your mom. She was wonderful, man, couldn't say enough good things about her, dearly departed, but she was wonderful, bro. And you tell such good stories about her that we know you know a good mom when you see her. So
you know it, man. We know Superman had a great mom, and that's the St. Lucie County Superman, Captain Joel, right there.
Yep, had a great mom too. All right, so that's it, guys. We're going to the Name That Game tournament round wizard.
Oh, man, and people are kicking, man. We got a great crowd. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us tonight. We're going to have so much fun. But, yeah, like El Bandito said, it's time for us to drop that first game. When it pops up and you guys know what it is, throw it in the comments as quickly as you can because – yeah, that's how you're going to get some points to win.
Now, the faster you guess the name of the game, the more points you'll receive. But even getting it in there kind of late, 3rd or 4th guy down, you'll still get some points. So let's get ready to jump in here and check it out. Are you guys ready? Are you ready? Are you ready out there? Are you ready? Let's do it. Bam! That's the game right there. Do you know what it is?
Oh, man. I know what it is. I know you know what it is. But, man, do our fans know what it is? It's a classic, man. And do you remember the music to this one? Do, 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 do. It was so, like, cool and just, just
funky.
It's
funky.
Oh, man. Who dropped it first?
I'm thinking James Anthony down there got Toe Jam and Earl with Steve Z. Bam, 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 right behind him. 2 seconds, man. We even had another picture for you guys. Look at this.
Oh, yeah.
In case you guys got stumped, but that's them themselves.
That's the dynamic duo of Sega right there, man. I mean, this is definitely one of those franchises that I'm surprised they haven't jumped on with to create a newer game. I know there's been some Kickstarters and stuff like that, but, man, I love that game. You know what I really liked about it? It was a great co-op game that you could play with somebody else, and every time you played it, the levels changed. So I thought that was always very fun. So
really dynamic for the time.
Absolutely. Well, guess what? We told you guys, hey, you get some points, you throw some stuff down in the comments. That's awesome. But, man, we got a bonus question for you guys.
Oh, man.
Are you ready for it? Here you go. What planet are Toe Jam and Earl from?
Look at that. Take your time. Google it if you need to.
Well, we should put like a 10-second timer on this one. Like that. What is that? Some H something?
Oh, yeah.
Trivia or something. Yeah. But, definitely, if you guys are familiar with the game, they got trapped on Earth, but they're aliens from another planet.
Yeah. Look, while we're taking a minute to give everyone time for that, Captain Joel out here says in Action Comics 870, Pa Kent officially died in comics.
Oh, wow. So he did check
I know. Look at me not keeping up. When was 870? They just did 1000.
Yeah.
So that had to be like 8 years ago. Where have I been?
Well, I don't know. I know sometimes they've changed it where now they do it like every week certain comics are coming out. But, yeah, if it is every month, that was a while ago.
Yeah.
Oh man, we got some guesses coming in here
from under.
Oh man, Big Steve nailed it, man,
with the Funkotron.
Oh man, definitely, and they actually had a sequel game where you got to play on Funkotron. So Yeah, absolutely, man. Very cool, Big Steve, and James, thanks so much for joining. We're going to have more games coming up as the show progresses, so keep watching. But that will definitely wrap up the first round of Name That Game.
All right, guys, let's jump back into seeing some awesome moms. Here's a great mom just joining us, Miss Beverly out there at Big Dog Comics, man.
Man, it is a party, man. Thunderdome Gaming, Big Dog Comics in the house. We are so stoked to have everybody here tonight. And yes, definitely, happy early Mother's Day to all you mothers out there. And like we said earlier, go ahead and share this with your mothers just in case they would like to check out the Power Hour of Love.
Don't you love the way that sounds? Here's a special Mother's Day to all you mothers out there.
Yeah, mother. That's what I have to say. Mother.
All right, let's check out our next great mother.
Who's up?
We've got Aunt May, man.
Oh, yeah. And don't worry, KDD. We saw you in the comments throwing this down a little earlier, but we wanted to kind of keep it a little bit of a surprise. Now, we're sure a lot of you folks out there are going to be like, it's his aunt. But
it's his mom. I mean, he was raised by her. Again, going back to the whole thing of Superman, Martha Kent being the adoptive mom, Peter really fell in Aunt May's lap too when his parents died. So she's really like an adoptive mom too, and to take care of her nephew like that, and just raise the kid right. You
can't beat man. Yeah, I mean, definitely his moral compass, and I mean, Uncle Ben too for the early half of Peter's life, and as we know through many movies and various comics and video games, Uncle Ben's death I think is like the most painful thing for most comic book fans because we've seen it so many times.
Well, but the kind of parallels there are neat because of the tragedy of Bruce Wayne's family kind of being so renowned. It's the same thing kind of in Marvel where the tragedy of Peter Parker, his parent or Uncle Ben dying is like, wow, legendary. But it's so cool that like everyone in the DC universe knows about the Wayne's murder.
Yes.
Nobody knows about poor Uncle Ben except for like Peter and his closest people,
Yeah, you're right, man. It is definitely, I mean, I guess when you're in like New York City and stuff like, I mean, in the original comic, did the guy actually carjack his car or was that just something for the movie? I can't remember.
It's been a long time since I read the original thing, but I'm pretty sure that he actually was running from the police and ended up at their house.
That's right.
And then he like shoots Uncle Ben in the house.
You're right. You're right. It doesn't even happen like outside. Yeah, you're right.
And there's no resolution. Like in the Sam Raimi 2002 Spider-Man film, there's a resolution where Peter catches up to the guy and confronts him and everything like that. In the original story, I think the guy just like either gets caught by police or gets away.
Yeah.
And you never hear from him again. It's like really tragic, But kind of more of that somewhat realistic take on urban crime.
You know it, man. Yeah, it's you don't always get the bad guy, or like you said, he ends up just spending life in prison or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, like you said, even after Uncle Ben died, like Aunt May still, kept, took care of Peter.
I like Captain Joel's drop of the knowledge. He says the only Marvel character to actually stay dead.
That's hey, don't speak too quick, Joel. I did hear like Spider-Man number like 800's coming out. You never know who's gonna pop up in there.
He keeps showing up in movies. I don't know. But Aunt May, this is how I remember her best as like the million-year-old lady. But we're gonna play some images here and watch her Benjamin Button her ass right through the Marvel universe. Here's her again, super old back in the day. This is right after the whole Uncle Ben thing, and they're kind of together, and you can see that she's really, I mean, it's almost like his aunt was 20 years older than his mom. Because they're obviously an elder couple by the time he's only like 15, but they're still really taking care of a man, and that's freaking awesome. Here's one of the classic ones, and here's Uncle Ben still kicking there. So,
you know it, man.
Here we got a great image, man. Probably one of the most iconic images in the history of Spider-Man. Really beautifully kind of adapted to screen in Spider-Man Homecoming with all of the air conditioning stuff dropped on him. But here he is just thinking about his Aunt May. It's like such a huge driving force in his life to always protect her and how much he loves her. And that's sort of, I would call it guilt from not being there for Uncle Ben.
Sure.
Is almost like doubling down the fact that he will never not be there for Aunt May. To the point where he pretty much at one point sacrifices everything in his life for her.
That's a big twist on a story that's not actually like 30 years old. What is that? Probably about a good 10 years now, where Aunt May was actually killed, or she's dying.
She was dying.
Yeah, she's dying. She got shot because Peter revealed himself as Spider-Man, and then of course the Kingpin was like, I'm gonna go, ruin that guy's day. And then like to stop Aunt May from dying, he talked to Mephistopheles, I think that's
Mephisto.
Mephisto, okay. And he pretty much said, don't save my aunt, and then he pretty much gave up everything, including Mary Jane.
Mary Jane, he gave up Mary Jane, man. That's crazy. I'm pretty sure I'd take out 4 or 5 old ladies before I give up Mary Jane.
Now, I know there's something very special that we talked about before the show that, when Aunt May learned some knowledge, that we thought it was really cool that she still continued to care for Peter and not turning him into authorities.
Absolutely, man. Well, not only that, but the first thing she did in like the very next issue was she wrote a letter to J. Jonah Jameson being like, I'm going to sue your company if you keep publishing trash about Spider-Man, which I thought was really stand up and really cool because she has been a longtime friend and supporter of the Daily Bugle, knew Jameson personally because of Peter working there and stuff. So she wrote him a personal letter being like, stop trashing Spider-Man, because it's not right, But I love that they kind of mirrored this a little bit in, again, the new film Homecoming, where the freaking crazy hot Aunt May now discovers Peter as Spider-Man at the end. It was a super ton of fun.
I think this Aunt May is actually the girl from My Cousin Vinny. She always wanted to have kids and stuff, so she just ended up taking in her nephew.
I think she's the Aunt May from Mark Miller's Trouble. that Mark Miller, man, he writes some crazy stuff, and that was a book that I did not enjoy. I was like, this is too far, dude. When you're talking about them have this, I won't even get into it. I don't even want to get into it. That's how messed up it is.
Don't even want to venture there, huh?
I don't even want to go there.
But like we said, even once Aunt May found out Peter was Spider-Man, I know early on she was like, oh, that dreadful Spider-Man, but then later she was like, okay, well, I know why you did what you did. So, very cool. She has lots of love. Let's throw Aunt May some more love.
Let's throw Aunt May some love right there.
You guys let us know, who do you think represented Aunt May the best? Was it the 60s cartoon? Was it the one late something Harris? I know her name was from the Sam Raimi
film.
Yeah, and then of course there was who played her in those terrible Andrew Garfield movies.
Yeah, it's the girl from Smokey and the Bandit, right? What's her name?
Yeah. Oh man,
come on, guys, help us out. What's her name? There?
Marissa Tomei. Yeah,
it was Forrest Gump's mom.
Oh yeah.
What the heck is her name? That's so funny. I usually know her name. Sally Field.
Sally Field. There you go.
Sally Field. You guys left me hanging in the comments. Thanks. Aunt May was once a galactic herald called the Golden Oldie. That's 100% true, Captain Joel.
Oh my gosh,
yeah,
man.
She totally looked like the Silver Surfer, except she was gold. But she still had that same haircut that we saw earlier, where it's like the little bun in the back of the head, which was really cool. Just a gold-dipped bun. I loved it.
That's hilarious, man. Once again, Captain Joel, thanks for being in the comments and dropping some comic knowledge as we continue our ride through the good moms of comics.
I see Toast and Butter joining us out there, too. Thanks for checking in.
Yeah, throw your mama some love.
All right, moving on. Man, we've got the baddest of the baddest good moms right here. We got Miss Jessica Jones herself, man. If you watched the first season of this show, you could tell that, yeah, there's a chance she's going to end up with a kid.
Yeah. Are you speaking of a specific scene?
Yeah, when her and Luke Cage got coffee.
That's awesome.
So in the comics, they did officially have a kid together. It was just before the first Civil War that came out in 2006-ish.
Yes.
And it was phenomenal to see her care for her kid and protect it during the Civil War, so much as leaving Luke behind and being like, nope, dude, I'm not using my powers in this. Nope. Didn't participate in the Civil War, didn't help anybody because her child was more important. And, it was just a testament to her and to Luke being like, well, I know that you can take care of her. I'm going to stay. I'm going to fight. I'm going to do what's right. I'm going to help Cap, and that was really fantastic. So what was funny was it's kind of when I got back into reading comics heavy, and then I never got to see Jessica do anything. So I'm still trying to get my hands on some of these old Alias books so I can read about her really kicking some ass.
You're like, all I ever saw that girl was ditch out on Luke.
Yeah, exactly. And I was like, she looked fine as hell. I like that shit. But yeah, so here she is, man, with some of the new Avengers hanging out with her there and, supporting her and everything like that. And I know anyone who's watching the show, I know you guys are thinking, how does this chick mark up in the good mom category? Where I'm going to tell you what. They did a, hey, let's jump to the future comic. And it turns out that her kid, Danielle Cage, takes up the moniker of Captain America. And if you're repping Cap, you got to be all right. You know what I mean?
I was going to say, man, I mean, we'll let the viewers be the judge, but this might be the best mom. Like, I mean, if your kid, I mean, of course, Martha obviously raised Superman,
Yes.
but
this may be the best Marvel mom.
Yeah, there you go. Because, I mean, come on, it's Captain America. I mean, you got to be a good mom and a good, role model for your kid eventually to take up this mantle, Like
Definitely.
we said, of course, like I said, Luke obviously was like, hey, I gotta stay and I gotta fight and stuff. And, it's just one of those things, man, that, it's like you have that influence as a parent to be a good person, even if you like to drink a bit.
I think I'm definitely going to give some percent to Luke Cage, though, because I got a feeling watching the shows that I'm like, he might have a little more to do with it. But again, moms, you're where it's at. She was with the kid more. Luke stayed behind. So she really had that helping hand. I love this panel right here where she's like, yeah, I can throw the shield because she does have it. And she's like, but bro, I am the shield because she's bulletproof like Cage.
That's awesome, man. And just a little history on Danielle. When she was born, being that the whole Civil War thing was going on, the hospitals were like, no way, we're not letting any like superhuman people in here right now, but so Doctor Strange had to come and help birth the baby. And then later on, of course, people found out, oh, they have a baby, well, we're gonna try to go kidnap it and like use it for ransom. So they eventually had to hire on Squirrel Girl to babysit. So maybe Squirrel Girl might have had a little active influence there, but definitely, just kind of cool how this character is like building up to be the future of Marvel. So it's pretty cool.
Absolutely, man. So much love to Jessica, man. If you haven't caught her season 2 yet, definitely get out there and check it out. It was pretty freaking wicked. If you haven't seen The Defenders yet, I don't know what planet you're on.
Oh, yeah.
But
so good.
Yeah,
so
go
good.
check out Jessica Jones, the first season, second season, The Defenders. Watch it all again, even if you've seen it. Why? Because, it's if you have Netflix, it don't cost you nothing extra. Do it.
Well, dude, man, we've talked about some great moms, but I know these folks, man, they're sitting there and they're chomping at the bit. Do you guys want to play some more Name That Game?
Oh, do you?
Oh,
I hope you do, because that's what's happening, guys. Let's check it out. All right, so like we said, first, second, third, fourth, 15th answer. Everyone's getting some sort of partial credit, so feel free to throw it in there the minute you recognize the game that's on the screen. This one's going to be a little tough. This one's going to be a little tough, guys. All right? Feel free to get out the Google machine. Right? We got more than one photo if you guys don't get it right away. But here we go. You ready? Are you ready? Are you ready?
Oh, let's drop it like it's hot, man.
Here we go.
Oh,
what
man.
is this? Nah, definitely not an original Nintendo game. Not an NES game. I don't even think this is a Super NES game.
I would say it definitely belongs to that later generation. Not, not the previous, the current, or even probably the previous, but maybe somewhere in between there a little bit.
Yeah.
But man, like you said, like you just, earlier we had Toe Jam and Earl, now we have this game. It's just so wild. I mean, this game came out maybe 10, 12 years after Toe Jam and Earl. Look how much video games advanced in that time. It's pretty amazing.
Absolutely. And I know me and Steve Z, we worked together when this game came out. And we talked about it a super ton. And neither one of us had the system to actually play it. Right? So there's a little special hint just for you. If you can pull back in your brain hole 20 years or so, that you're like, I don't remember anything except us playing games and throwing footballs and wiping out that entire Pikachu stand. Like Pikachu Snap, what was it, Snapchat Pikachu or something?
There you go. Hey, well, R.I.P. Toys R Us.
Oh, yeah, man.
Much love.
Throw some love for Toys R Us out there.
But why don't you go ahead and show him the second picture? Maybe that will give him a little more of a hint.
All right.
I know it's like earlier we dropped Toe Jam and Earl on him, and they're like, "Oh, Toe Jam and Earl," now everyone's like, "The hell are these guys doing?"
I know it's a little weird, little Resident Evil-y, but not Resident Evil. A little bit Sherlock Holmesy, but not.
Oh man, this one is a tough one. May have made it a little too tough for question 2.
Yeah.
But like you guys, like you said, just take your best guess, see what you could do. We're probably going to give you.
Now let me ask you this, because I know you know a little bit more about this game, but isn't this the game that it would flash up like you had like a sanity meter?
Yes.
And as you continued to play the game, it would flash up and be like, "Hey, your controller's unplugged."
Yep.
Hey, your controllers would get wacky and you were walking in every different direction. Nope, I'm sorry, it was not the Dreamcast.
Oh man,
and maybe you had this system and you just didn't want me to come over and play. I don't know. I hope that's not the case.
Well, you're right, man. Definitely, this is one of those first games to really incorporate the classic like H.P. Lovecraft sanity system.
Yeah.
Of course, later games, Call of Cthulhu.
Oh, Big Steve got it, man. I knew he'd know from those. Those were like the things we would talk about that were like, dude, that's so dope. And look, man, I know you were going to bang out a bonus question on this one, and he's like Eternal Darkness on the GameCube.
Oh, man. Like we said, Big Steve Z, man, just knocking him out of the park tonight, man. Absolutely, man, got both of those, Eternal Darkness, and it was on the GameCube. That was going to be the question. Came out.
And look at that. He's like, it was great. So good. I'm glad you had it and didn't invite me over to play, you bastard.
Well, it's really funny. It was a launch title for the GameCube.
Oh, okay.
So that's it was kind of cool that this was really like something that they kind of pushed right out the gate. And I think the other launch title was that Mario Sunshine game where you ran around with a hose and sprayed everything with water. I always thought that was kind of weird.
I was too busy playing SSX Tricky on the demo in there. I loved that, man.
Well, one GameCube game I'll say was awesome was Metroid Prime. That was just so killer.
Big Steve said, got it 10 years later. So. All right, I'll give you a pass. That's fine. You get a pass.
Well, definitely, man. Well, awesome job, Steve. And, man, we still got more games tonight, man. But for a real quick break, we're going to jump in and give you guys a little bit of PoDunk news to break it up. But then when we get back, we're going to be talking about some bad moms.
Oh, yeah. And you want to talk about those bad moms.
Bad MILFs.
PoDunk News.
Waka waka wah. Oh yeah, man. It's time for some PoDunk news. This is that crazy section of the show where we tell you guys about all the wild stuff that's going on out there in the PoDunk world. And we're going to make it nice and quick because we want to get back into the moms. Oh, man.
Phrasing, boom.
And back into some more Name That Game. So why don't we bring it up, man? What are we talking about first?
All right, first up, man, you know it. We just talked about it. Luke Cage Season 2. The Power Man himself is back. So hurry up and catch up on your Season 2 of Jessica Jones if you haven't seen it yet, because June 22nd, Luke is back with a fully decked out sidekick there. And dude, he is kicking some butt. I know, is it Bushmaster?
Yes.
Yeah,
that's
Bushmaster is the villain they announced in the trailer. So he looks fantastic. There's a great promo at the beginning of him jumping through some exploding semi. So just really cool stuff in the trailer. It just dropped, man. I actually got it in my feed because I am friends with Marvel's Jessica Jones on Facebook. So.
Personal friends.
Yeah,
right?
personal friends.
What did you hire her for?
I had to investigate yo ass before I did a show with you. You kidding?
Oh, shit. That's who was hiding outside my house that one day.
No, I just pay her to take pictures of me.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Hide my bushes and watch me. I like that.
Well, this is awesome, man. I saw the trailer earlier when you posted it, and it's very cool. So I can't wait to, see the next season of Luke Cage.
Absolutely. Steve Z, thanks for the love, buddy. We're going to show you some love right back, man. Absolutely. It's been a super fun time. I know we definitely got to hang out more, man.
Absolutely, man. But yes, thank you guys to everybody else that's hanging out with us too, man. This is so awesome. We're getting back some more bad moms. We're going to be getting back some more Name That Game. But we got more news for you guys real quick, but we're going to blow through it right now.
All right, we got some fun stuff. Talking Free Comic Book Day, it's Free Comic Book May up there at Big Dog Comics and Thunderdome Gaming. Captain Joel joined us earlier tonight. We're not sure if he's still hanging around. Maybe he doesn't know games, and that's why he's not typing us any comments. I don't know. But we did want to give him a shout-out and let everybody know that he actually gives away the free comic books all throughout the month. I'm not sure if it's just on Saturday. I'm pretty sure if you walk in there anytime, tell him the Power Hour sent you, and he'll give you one of the free comic book things.
He'll give you the hookup.
Yeah, he'll give you the hookup.
But yeah, Saturdays are the main days to go in. I know he alternates some of the comics, so even if it seems like he ran out the week before of one, he might have a new one pop in there. So yeah, man, it's just so cool. I popped in there for about 45 minutes on Saturday, and the place was jumping, man. There was a bunch of folks in there, which I love, man, because I love Captain Joel. I love Big Dog Comics and Thunderdome Gaming, and I love people being in there talking comics, picking up, their free comics, but then also buying some back issues, buying some toys. Man, it was just so much fun. So you got to go down there and check out Captain Joel for Free Comic Book May.
Absolutely. And a number of other great comic books in there. You'll find a ton of Silver Age stuff, a ton of absolutely recent stuff. He's got a great new comic wall in there that I absolutely love to peruse.
So cool.
Every time I'm in there, man. And make sure to ask him about all of your favorite obscure comics.
Yes.
And make him dig through a lot of old boxes to find it. And he put in the comments here that he said, yes, it's on Saturdays that you come in and get the free books. So make sure to show up on a Thursday or something. Tell them the Power Hour sent you and that they should give you free books then too.
Hey, man, I picked up an old Tales from the Crypt comic while I was in there, which was really cool.
Man.
So, man, Captain's got it all. Okay, he has one of the best catchphrases I ever heard. Nobody has it all, but they come close. So get down there to Big Dog Comics and check out Joel.
Absolutely.
Well, check out the comics, and you can see Joel.
Yeah, you can check out Joel if you want, but,
Venom Mall right now. There you go. Joel knows what it's all about. All right, so what's next, buddy?
All right, next up, man, we have got a crazy story coming out of the city of Cleveland.
Oh, man, you know it, dude. We've got this week's, Power Hour, we're talking about all the great moms, but man, we got some crazy stuff coming in for these burglaries that are going around. Mm-hmm. A newly released prison, a free man, he got out of prison. The same day he got out, he attempted a bank robbery.
Didn't waste any time, you get right back into it. A lot of people ask you, they say, hey, I noticed that you've been out of work for about 2 months. What have you been doing in that time? This guy's like, nah, dude, same day, back at my job, robbing stuff. Didn't waste no time. That looks good on a resume.
You know what it makes me think of? Remember the older guy in the Shawshank Redemption that was kind of like, maybe I should just go and rob the supermarket so I could come back. Like, that's what I think this guy was thinking. He must have enjoyed the prison. Yeah. He was like, no, don't let me leave.
Maybe, man. I don't know. But he just couldn't wait to get back behind bars, man. He stole a measly $1,000 from a bank. So maybe you're right. Maybe he's been in prison for 30 years and thought that was a lot of money still.
Exactly. Like, give me everything you got in the register. Hey, coppa, yeah.
But no, apparently the story says he had previously served 2 years in prison. And this was his day one. He was like, hey, man, I got out, but I need money now.
That is just, it's just so crazy, man. You'd think someone would enjoy their freedom at least for a little bit before ending up back behind.
It's hard to enjoy your freedom if you don't have any money. He probably got out, saw the price of an Xbox One, and was like, oh, my God.
He's like, hey, can I still sell my PlayStation? I've got Eternal Darkness.
That was on the GameCube.
Oh, that's so funny, man. So our next story, I know you guys are like, what is this, like burglary news?
Yeah, I love this one here. This one's pretty good. We got the actual photo. We rarely are able to grab actual photos, but this is the actual surveillance cam footage of a 50-year-old man who turned himself in after being identified by the one person he thought would not sell him out.
Can you guys guess?
It might have something to do with our theme tonight. But as he tried to rob this local business, in the footage, the guy wore a surgical mask to kind of hide his face, but it wasn't enough for his dear old mom to not recognize him.
Oh, that was pretty much it. His mom turned him in. She's like, you son of a bitch.
I know. She was like, bro, I seen you on the news robbing some junk. I'm calling the cops. And now you better get right down there and tell them that was you.
I mean, even Aunt May didn't turn in Peter, man. This is one hard-ass lady, man.
I know. But you know what, dude? At 50 years old, like, he lacks discipline.
That's true. Yeah, what's he doing still? She should be ashamed of herself.
She's probably like, that's a paddling.
That's a paddle. Oh, that's awesome, man. So yeah, like you said, it wasn't enough to disguise from dear old mom. So any of you would-be criminals out there, just be careful. There's always someone who loves you. It's your mom.
Yeah, don't go wearing that sweater your mom got you or whatever. Like do a little better than the surgeon. Which, like, if you look, it's not even. He doesn't even have it like over most of his face. Like, he's got it all pulled down to like his. What was he drinking? I don't know.
I wonder if this guy just didn't want to buy his mom like a Mother's Day gift, so he
just went to steal something.
Now that would be something right there. But man, yeah. Oh, yeah. This is pretty cool, guys. Just recently, the New York Times reported that esports arenas are becoming more popular than the movie theaters.
Yeah, which is crazy, man. I mean, I kind of get it because I think esports arenas are mostly free.
Yeah.
So we're like, you go to the movies and, in our neck of the woods, we're lucky. We have some older theaters that are like, hey, we got the 2D showing. It's like $8,
Yeah.
But in a lot of places around the country, it's like $15 to see a movie. And you're like, that's per person. If you are a mom and you got a kid or two out there, now you're paying $45, $50 just to walk in the door. Plus, all they just eat. They eat and eat all the time.
Yeah.
You got to buy them popcorn and sodas. And they want little candies and all sorts of things. Before you know, you spend $110. You take them to an esports thing, they're going to sit there and watch the game. You don't got to do nothing. You could have a glass of wine you smuggled in your purse.
And it's kind of funny. I know probably people immediately think esports, is that like one company that just makes all the football games? No, this is like we're talking about encompassing all different kinds of competitive video gaming,
yeah.
First-person shooters, actual sports games, like you said, other games like
Quake, Call of Duty, even Madden, like you said, all those games that can be played competitively. I think StarCraft is still a huge one.
Oh, that's actually one of the originals.
Yeah.
At least over there in China, that's what really got like this to be huge.
Yeah.
But yeah, these players, the gamers that are really good, they're becoming like movie stars, like they're getting paid good money and yeah, they're like showing up for events and stuff. And it's like, oh man, this guy's like the expert Halo player and stuff like that.
It's very much a la the trading cards you would get of the champion Magic players. And you'd be in a Magic deck and you'd get like, here's Carl something. And cool. Well, what kind of mana do I got to tap to play Carl? I don't.
Well, I gotta throw an apology out there for Party Man Will. Because man, like there'll be times where he comes and hangs out with me and he's like, dude, I just want to watch you play that video game. And I'm like, wait, you just like sit there for a couple hours and just watch me play?
Freaking voyeur.
And it's like, I'm like, dude, like I feel bad because we're here to hang out, but he's like, no, dude, I just get a lot of enjoyment out of like watching you experience something I've already played. And I'm like, it's kind of fun. I always kind of feel bad, but I'm like, but Will, you are not alone. Apparently, there's a lot of other people that enjoy to watch other people play games too, and they're making a lot of money at it. So maybe I need to go be one of these esports guys.
Who just threw an angry face out there for me dissing Magic? I got an angry face? I didn't know we had such a Magic-heavy crowd out there. Sorry.
Oh, man, look out, man. We're losing some viewers. Hey, guys, stick with us. We're going to be playing some more Name That Game real soon.
No doubt, right?
But hey.
And we won't make fun of Magic anymore. I like it.
Well, just in case you guys haven't checked it out, though, El Bandito and I have an awesome show on our YouTube channel called Playthrough and Review, where we go through and we talk about new games and we give our opinion. So definitely, if you guys are one of those people that enjoy watching people play games, come watch us play some games.
Absolutely, guys. We're not going to be at the Stamp, but we're on YouTube over there, so feel free to like and subscribe it over there. I guess we're missing a graphic here.
No, that's okay, man. Well, hey, I wanted to say, what better way to spend some time with your mom than to take her to a punk rock show?
Absolutely, man. Because there's a lot of moms out there. You see them, and they got their wicked badass tattoos, and they're wicked badass people. And they're hanging out at these punk rock shows looking sexy as hell, and they're going to love it. They're going to love it. So the Stamp had the idea right. They know that you moms are out there, and they said, we're putting on a show just for you.
You know it, man. And you're going to see Backslide. They're touring from Georgia, coming down here to the deeper south, I guess, the tropics. Okay, that's what we got. But yeah, they're coming down to party with us. OSF, local rock and rollers, man. Those guys always put on a good show. Path of Totality and more. So man, it's just gonna be a rocking show. Like we said, May 12th at the Stamp in Vero. Doors open at 9 p.m. It's a free show.
100% free.
But you got to be 21. So
Yeah.
any of you young viewers,
Yeah.
be careful. Don't take the trip all the way up to Vero because you will be turned away at the door.
Yeah, Mom, leave the kids at home. This is just for you.
Yeah, what if it's like an 18-year-old mom? No, she should be taking care of her kids.
If she has somewhere that she wants, or if she doesn't have anywhere to go, tell her to leave it in the comments. I'll get in touch with her.
That's awesome. Well, hey, man, that's about going to wrap it up for PoDunk News. But, man, we're diving back in right now to some... What are we diving into, El Bandito?
Some bad moms out there. You guys know it. You know you love the bad moms. I have it the worst because, like, I always like the villains the best.
Well, we're going to dig it into, man, some of the worst moms in comics and some more. Name That Game coming right at you.
Absolutely, man. God, I love a bad girl.
Oh man, I know this is the dark side of the Power Hour now. Now we're going to the bad.
You know it, guys. And let's kick it off right by talking about a truly, truly bad mom. Like, to me, she's the OG original freaking bad mom because she's the one that everyone knew as a kid was like, wow, that lady sucked as a mom.
Throw her up.
Talking the bad.
Bad.
Talking about Mystique, the queen of disguise out there, man. We all remember watching the X-Men cartoons and hearing about the terrible, terrible stuff she did with both her adopted kids and her birth children.
I mean, she definitely would take some cakes, man, when it comes to being a bad mom.
No doubt. And I think we could cut her a little slack for... the Munich Circus's amazing Kurt Wagner. Because, the Nightcrawler, she definitely gave him up because they were being persecuted. She put him in a little basket, Moses style, sent him down the river in hopes that he found a better life. And he kind of really didn't, but that wasn't really on her. So this one I'm going to give her partial credit for. Like, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. She was thinking of the best for the kid, that she thought she was going to get killed and stuff.
She was also a world assassin, so I mean the likelihood that someone would be coming to hunt her too. So I could definitely, like you said, give her some points for that. And
we'll give her some partial credit for being like, at least she cared enough to give the kid away and not just drag it into her garbage life,
And I mean, but you do definitely got a feel for Nightcrawler. Imagine growing up looking like that. I mean, I'm pretty sure. I think even from birth he looked that way. He wasn't. A lot of the mutants, gain their stuff around being a teenager, when they gain their powers. But yeah, Nightcrawler always looked like that. So
yeah, and there's kind of a thing of Nightcrawler was never sure if his parents gave him up because of the way he looked.
Yeah.
So obviously it was nice meeting Mystique. They actually have kind of a beautiful moment in X-Men 2. Rebecca Romijn playing Mystique, and she goes to talk to Nightcrawler, and he says, if you can disguise yourself, why don't you do that all the time? And she's like, because we shouldn't have to. And in a way that's very fitting that she's like, yeah, this is her son. He can't change the way he looks. So she's trying to change the world to make it where he can look the way that he does. So there's a lot of credibility there, There's some credit there. But man, oh man, when you get into the other kids, it's just go boom from there.
Nightcrawler, he gets a pass, but get a load of this guy.
All right, let's check out. Is it Adrian?
It's Graydon.
Graydon Creed. Yeah.
Now,
I always want to call him Adrian.
Well, let's just say Graydon Creed. Can you guys throw in the comments who his daddy is? We know that his mommy's Mystique, but who's his dad? Just thinking about that name. I'm sure it won't take too long. I mean, we still got Captain Joel floating around out there.
I know. Captain Joel's got the question of the day right there. Was Nightcrawler birthed, or did he just bamf into existence?
That's
he just bamfed
funny.
Out of the womb.
That's pretty funny, man.
I bet there's a lot of moms out there who wish they could just bamf their kid right out. And I always like too that it was bamf, because I was always like, imagine just showing up to a situation and it just being like, badass right there when you showed up, BAMF. It's an acronym.
Well, we haven't gotten any throwdowns in the okay. We just didn't give him enough time. Captain Joel's absolutely right. Sabretooth, Victor Creed, arch enemy of Wolverine, is Graydon Creed's father, and Mystique is his mother. So what a combination you got there.
I know.
We know who Nightcrawler's dad too is. Who was the guy? And remember he was
Azazel.
Azazel, yeah, man. So
he's in X-Men First Class, like just murdering people with reckless abandon, and you're just like, oh my god. So that dude was sinister as hell. But
look like a devil, So you kind of see the mesh of Nightcrawler with his little tail.
Yeah, because he was red too, but Mystique gave Kurt that blue skin, Yeah. But as far as Creed goes, he came out like just pretty much human. He didn't have any.
He never gained any human power, which.
He never gained any mutant power. Yeah. he had all the abilities of a human. Yes, standing, talking, basically sucking, pretty much.
Yeah. Well, he definitely did suck.
Yeah.
I mean, because he went on to form the mutant hate group Friends of Humanity, which I felt like in the X-Men comic and TV show were perfectly portrayed, as these characters just filled with hate, like they were just like there was an episode in the cartoon where he captures Jubilee and she says to him, she goes, "Why are you doing this to me?" And he goes, "Because you were born." And I just thought, man, that is some serious stuff to lay on not just a mutant but a teenager in a kid's show.
Yeah, it was serious stuff to lay on us, the viewer, when we're like 10 watching that. But again, it's such a great social commentary on the way the world is, and that's what the X-Men were kind of designed for from the get-go, what they kind of fell into from the get-go. Eric G, I love your comment here. Yet Nightcrawler and Wolverine were always close buds. No doubt, man. So where they went wrong with Graydon, man, I guess he hung out with Sabretooth and Mystique for too long. And can we just take a minute to kind of think about them two knocking boots?
Yeah.
When and how did that happen? Like, she hated that dude for the most part.
Well, I do know that in the comic she was like portraying somebody else when she was with Sabretooth.
Yeah, but that means she was trying to trick him. Like, she wanted him for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't see it.
She likes to drink. But
I guess she's banged up.
There's a real, I don't want to say bittersweet, but there's something to the end of Graydon Creed that like really kind of, I would say kind of pins Mystique as a bad mom. Because I get it, you could hate this guy because he's a hate monger to mutants, but Mystique ends up assassinating her own son in the comics.
Yeah, I think that's going to put you somewhere in the not great mom category, just totally icing your own kid. But now again, did he just hate mutants because he didn't have powers, or was he just like a bigot, kind of terrible?
I think it was probably a combination of both. Like he was jealous that he didn't gain any powers, but I know in like the cartoon, like there's a great scene where they show like a hologram of Sabretooth and Creed's like, "I hate you, I hate." He's just like just the sight of his father, like
so it's more like he hates his parents and they were mutants and they went on to do their mutant stuff without him.
Yes,
kind of like how Magneto left Mystique in X-Men 3. See, that's pretty cool. It all kind of works together. Now, Captain Joel, you're gonna get the name the St. Lucie County Sabretooth if you keep that stuff up. He's down there saying women love a bad boy, man. You know all about it, huh?
Man, he could pull off a Sabretooth. He could, though, man.
I think he'd rock it.
Yeah, you got to grow that.
His hair. You got to get it back long again.
That'd be a cool Halloween.
And get them eyebrows kicking. You got to get some of them X-Men 1 eyebrows.
There you go.
No Liv Shriver. You got to go old school.
So
but we can't leave out the sort of fostered mom that she was to Rogue,
Yeah, very important.
Yeah, poor Rogue, man. She got suckered into the kind of bad guy group that Mystique was running at the time. Did they have sort of a little name for them?
Yeah, it was when she was doing her own version of the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, so they got them all sort of wrangled together, and she's kind of, just leading Rogue down the rabbit hole, talking all this junk about like, oh, I'm such a good mom, and oh, the people need to admire us, and we're the superior people, and we'll show them who's boss, and you have so much power, and that's all great stuff. But it's really in that like Magneto level, but we should rule these people sort of way that you're like, well, that's not really cool. And it kind of takes some time for Rogue to start seeing that Mystique's not telling her to do anything even remotely good.
Yeah. She's like, come on, just do it for me, baby.
Yeah. So ultimately leading up to Rogue being instructed by Mystique to, hang on to Miss Marvel for so long that she completely absorbs her consciousness, all of her abilities in an almost permanent state, where for decades in comics, Miss Marvel was depowered and Rogue had her powers.
Yeah, and she was in a coma.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Carol Danvers like missed out on quite a bit for a while there.
Yeah.
So I know when she woke up and some of that reactivated, she was pretty ticked off, and her and Rogue actually had some throwdowns. Of course, Rogue's like trying to explain to her how bad she felt, you know, like she'd come visit her and stuff like that and all that.
Yeah.
And there was also another little tidbit on when Mystique found Rogue, she was just going to abandon her too and just be like, whatever, we don't need this kid. But Destiny, another one of the evil mutants, said, there's a prophecy, you know, that this she will come in handy.
Yeah.
You know, so that's the only reason she kept Rogue around.
Yeah.
So
What a busted.
Mystique, you definitely get the Power Hours 2 thumbs down for bad mom. There you go.
The shit mom award there.
So absolutely, man. So definitely, you know, like we saw Rogue, Nightcrawler turned out okay. Great and not so okay.
Oh.
He ended up on the slab.
Now, come on, Captain. You said Rogue would be a horrible mom because she can't touch her kids. Hey, she could have like gloves and stuff on.
Exactly,
you know?
man.
I just want to know who knocked her up if she can't touch them. You know?
She must have been in the Savage Land.
Oh, maybe. I know. Yeah. All right. Let's move on from that comment too. Yeah. You put me alone with that chick. I'll take her to the Savage Land.
Oh,
All right, we're talking about Catwoman, man. All right, now we're not talking about the Huntress and the alternate extended universe of DC, whatever stuff that they do sometimes, and like, you know, have future weird stories that don't seem to connect. We're talking about actual continuity now.
Yes.
Catwoman had herself a kid, also named Helena, because I guess they're out of new names at DC.
Absolutely, man. You know, this is also another story that happened about 10 years ago. You know, I think they were just trying to bring in something new, really shake up the Catwoman story. So they have her get pregnant and eventually have this baby, and she does actually pass on the Catwoman mantle to I think it was Holly Robinson, I think is who took on the Catwoman role. Captain Joel, I'm sure can
I don't know.
can you know, serve it. But yeah, she ends up having the baby, and she's like, you know what, I'm not going to be Catwoman no more. I'm going to take care of my daughter. And you know,
Not so bad so far. Yeah,
she tried to, you know, like I said, but you know, once Catwoman, always Catwoman. So she still goes out at night and just can't stay away, which eventually causes the Film Freak, one of like the random, probably low-level Batman villains, to learn her secret identity and find out that she has a daughter, which he then, you know, captures the daughter and tries to, you know, blackmail Catwoman and say, I'm going to kill your daughter. So ultimately, you know, Catwoman's like, you know, I got a choice to make. Do I raise my daughter? Like, move out of Gotham for one. Like, why would you stay in Gotham?
Yeah, dude, blow Gotham, man. That place, like, literally no one would live there if that was the real world. You know, it's like the Detroit in RoboCop.
Exactly.
Like, who the hell's still living there? Like, just get out of there. So we got a couple of great comments here. All right, Miss Beverly's out there being like, Halle Berry? Yeah, you know? Captain Joel thinks that Catwoman would be a great mom because she could steal anything she wants for her kids.
Oh,
so I'm not really sure that's putting you in the great category. We're not sure if it's Bruce's kid or not. From what we could tell, all the research we did, we couldn't find that they actually declared a father yet. So if you guys see anything, let us know. But yeah, we didn't dig anything up on that. So,
but ultimately, like we said, Catwoman had that dilemma, you know, stay a criminal or raise a child. What do you think she took, Al Bandito?
Let me think. She probably abandoned her kid for a life of crime.
Hey, she is a villain. I mean, you know, I'm just saying, but yes.
Yeah, they write so many good stories with her that I'm like, I can't believe she would do that. It sounds a lot like somebody wrote a story and then the next guy was like, I don't even want to deal with that. Let's get rid of it. It sounds like every other kid that showed up.
It kind of just gets the short end of the stick.
Yeah.
Now, like you were saying, you know, Catwoman does mourn this choice for about 3 issues, but yeah, she does put her up for adoption, and she's like, oh, she's so young, she won't know who I am. People won't know she's mine. You know, she'll live a better life not knowing me. So she tried to make it more like I'm protecting the kid. But at the same time, you had enough money. You could have moved to Paris where nobody was going to bother you and raised your child like a good parent. But
I'm pretty sure she knows that Bruce is Batman. You think she could be like, dude, can you throw me like $500,000 and I'm just going to go be cool?
Exactly.
You know?
He probably would have just been like, I'll keep her down here in the cave. I'll train her to be my next... Oh, she'll be the 700 Robin.
Yeah, he'll be the next person he leads out to get killed.
I know.
You feel bad, man. It's got to be eating them up at this point.
These kids, man, you're just like, yeah, I feel bad. What about the children?
You're like, give up all their kids. Why would we do that?
Why would we do that? Well, we know you guys have been waiting for it. We've been talking about the bad moms. You've waited through PoDunk News, but now it's time for some more. Name that game.
All right. Are you guys ready? You got your fingers on the trigger. You got your buttons on the keys, man. You got your fingers on the keys, not buttons. You can't put buttons. I guess I can help. However you do it, get the answer plugged in there. The image is coming up right now. Bam.
Oh, man.
That's what you got. Pretty big clue at the top there. That looks good.
Oh, absolutely, man. Got a classic for you guys here.
I'm thinking that this one here, this looks to me like a Nintendo Switch game.
Yeah, I would say that falls into that category.
I know. I don't want to be a jerk and be like, looks like a PlayStation 4 game.
Well, I would say you might be able to play this on like the Nintendo Virtual Console. But definitely, did we?
Captain Joel's guessing Earthworm Jim.
Oh,
now even Earthworm Jim had better graphics than this. You might have to take it back another few years or so. It looks like we got a little guy here who's riding on a skateboard. Maybe a Marty McFly-ish guy.
Oh man, who knows? Skateboards were really popular back there in the late '80s.
Oh, look at that! I think Steve C's getting the right name in there.
Oh man,
are we getting bits and pieces of it?
You got it, Big Steve, man. You are killing it tonight,
Heck
man.
yeah.
Because we've got hit him with one more.
Bam!
Skate or Die, man. Classic Nintendo and arcade game. It was one that you could kind of play in the arcade, and then they ended up porting it to Nintendo. Of course, the graphics were a little, less.
Different.
Yeah, but it was still pretty much the same game. You got a variety of different obstacle courses and stuff that you could go down and just have some fun. But hey, you know what, guys? We got a bonus question for you. Guys here.
Bonus.
All right, in the game, the guy who owns the skate shop, his name is Rodney Recluse. Can you guys guess which comedian he was based on?
Ooh, Rodney Recluse. Yeah, Rodney's not a very common name. So you'd think there may be some association there.
Oh, yeah.
Recluse may be somebody who doesn't really like going outside or something. Or
now, even in the game, he even bears
very
some
social, I guess?
likeness to the character. I mean, he did have like a mohawk and like tattoos, but this particular individual may have had tattoos.
Well, let me ask you this: Did Rodney Recluse get any respect?
Oh, oh man, Big E just joined, man, but Big Steve, man, he nailed it. Rodney Dangerfield. Yes.
No respect at all. That's what he got. No respect at all.
So, yeah, man, you're definitely killing it tonight, Big Steve. We hope
look, even Miss Beverly's in there with some credit down there.
She got it, man. There you go. Pumping in those points, man. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, it's so cool, man. It's a classic, like I said, NES game. We're for this tournament, man, we are spanning all over, new systems, old systems, classic games, man. Yeah. So we got one more game later on tonight, but we got some more bad moms to dive into first.
And I don't think we mentioned there's actually prizes. Like, we're going to give away actual stuff. So.
Yeah, the tournament's going to go the whole month. Yeah. So, yeah, throughout the week, also keep your eyes on social media. Make sure you follow and like the Power Hours Facebook page and Instagram.
Yeah,
and
grab us on YouTube, on Instagram. Grab us over on Twitter, man. We could be dropping this stuff anywhere.
Absolutely.
So like and share all the stuff that we do. It's not great, but it's there.
Oh, I think it's awesome. And you guys are awesome. And thanks so much for spending the night with us as we talk about our favorite moms.
No doubt.
In comics.
In comics, yes. In comics.
Well, I guess these are the worst moms in comics. But
they are, but they're my favorite bad moms.
Bad. So we got 2 more bad moms for you guys and then some more Name That Game.
Let's jump right into it.
There he is.
Yeah, quit yanking and go practice.
There's good old Rodney Recluse. So
he does look like Rodney Dangerfield.
Yeah. He gets
the hair really sells it.
That's awesome.
Talking about Talia al Ghul, man. Now, you guys all know her awesome, amazing, super nice dad, that put her, Nissa, her sister, and all this stuff through incredible, crazy training, dipping them in Lazarus pits, making them go insane, doing all sorts of crazy, psychotic shit. I'm pretty sure she's one of the heads of the League of Shadows, League of Assassins, whatever you want to call them.
Oh, you know it, man.
But she has a kid of her own. Okay. That's cool.
But absolutely, man. We, like the main thing that we want to reveal about Talia here, of course, her and, the greatest detective Batman, have had some intimate nights together.
Wow, chicka wow, chicka wow, wow, wow. Chicka what? Oh, you know some dancing?
There you go. Oh yeah, that's how they danced. But in that union, they actually Talia birthed, not Batman. Yeah. He provided the seed.
Oh, but he got himself a little bat buddy there.
There you go, man. He has Damian Wayne. Definitely. The thing about Damian. I'd have to say the thing about Damian. For majority of his early childhood, he was with Talia. So what do you think she did? She brought him up just the way she was brought up.
Yep.
By pretty much learning to kill everything he sees.
Yes, to be a psychotic murdering assassin to the level that which even freaking Batman and Robin cannot comprehend doing anything with this guy because he's insane.
Absolutely, man. Now, some of his earlier tasks were, trying to kill Bruce Wayne, which I think even at the time when she first sent him on that mission, he didn't realize it was his father.
Sure.
So, but still, it was like his mission. He failed. Yeah. But she also sent him on a mission to kill Ra's al Ghul, like his
her
grandfather.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if those two things right there don't kind of, mark you as a bad mom, I think the next part will. Eventually Talia grows tired of Damian. We were going.
That was our last start. I thought we had one more.
No problem. Yeah, she grows tired of Damian and she drops him off at Bruce's doorstep, and she's pretty much like, "Here, you gotta take care of him."
Yeah,
it's almost like Boys in the Hood. Like the mom just drops him off. Leaves her falling. She's like, "Go learn to be a man."
Yep.
He's like, "I've killed like 100 people," but Bruce does take him in and he becomes the new Robin and. Gets killed.
Yep. Iced. Because if there's one thing Batman's good at, it's ducking behind Robin.
Now, but hey, don't worry too much. I mean, of course, there's like a big, heartfelt, Robin died again scene. But, Talia has plenty of clones to replace him.
Yeah, guess what? He shows right back up. He's totally fine.
So, I'm sure she loves every single one of those clones.
Yeah,
so.
By the time you're just cloning your kid, boom, 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 pumping them out like out of an assembly line, and everyone just means the world to you. So.
Well, man, I've seen the numbers jump, man. Someone has been hexing her way into our show before the big announcement, before our final Bad Mom of the Night. Who is it?
We've got the Scarlet Witch. Sorry, spoilers, guys, and it wasn't Stephanie Brown. It was me.
That's awesome. Good call.
But yeah, so we got the Scarlet Witch on our list of bad moms, and I know anyone who's been out there checking out Infinity War, no spoilers in the comments, please, and has seen any of the movies that she's been in so far, she seems like she's far from being a mom, but in the comics, she's obviously been around for a good long while. And her relationship with the Vision kind of goes further in the comics than it has reached sort of in the film so far. And she decides to use hex magic to birth herself some Vision and Scarlet Witch type children.
Twins.
Yeah, twins. Because, hey, who doesn't like twins?
Yep. Thomas and William are her two their two sons. And like you said, she birthed them using magic, which I'm sure,
was fine.
Yeah, sure. Well,
Nothing weird there.
Yeah, she's a witch.
I'm sure Vision was 100% down with that. And she wasn't just like, we're pregnant now.
Yeah.
Like, oh, shit.
But as the page turns.
Well, you could see Vision. He's happy, man. He's excited.
The boys actually turn out to be aspects of Mephistophelies, which is a powerful magic user from the Marvel Universe that constantly messes with the Scarlet Witch. And, pretty much just the aspects of him come to life. So they get another magic user to come in and pretty much banish the children, because they're pretty much like walking like Antichrist, and pretty much warp the memory of the children from the Scarlet Witch's mind. Now, Vision still remembers them and realizes, okay, I just have to pretty much never mention them again because she would be so heartbroken, which worked out well for a little while.
Yeah.
Until she remembered.
Yep.
And then, pretty much all hell broke loose.
Yep.
I mean, they say a woman's scorn, a mother's scorn. Oh, man, that is definitely a tough thing. Once Wanda finds out that, she had 2 children that they banished away, she goes about practically destroying the Avengers. Yep. She goes and she deactivates like more than half the mutant population.
Yeah.
Now, there's some mutants that really rely on their power, like Chamber from Generation X. He has a big hole in his chest now. So yeah, I mean there was some very
severe consequences for some mutants whose mutant ability kept them in tune with more things than just extra powers, but a lot of things that just made them live in general. Eric G, I see you down there. Space Truckers came to mind. Vision's a cyborg, right? No, man, you're watching too much Justice League. Vision is a totally android, thing, totally synthetic.
Well, one thing I got to say, another thing Scarlet Witch did that was a very popular comic series was the House of M. She made a whole nother reality where pretty much Eric Lancher, Magneto, ruled the world. And of course eventually she realized, wait, this probably isn't the best idea either.
Yeah, no, honestly, that is one of the best stories I ever read, especially when it came to Spider-Man, whose life was completely different without the inclusion of a ton of mutants and stuff like that in his life. And he ended up having a family with Gwen Stacy and stuff like that.
Okay.
So when they came and told him, like, hey, this is just Wanda effing with everybody and we need to undo this because the world's not right, there was this one mutant who could give people back their memories. And when they gave it back to Spider-Man, he ran. They chased him down and they found him just bawling his eyes out on a rooftop somewhere. And, he was telling them, like, just everything I have in my life was taken away.
Wow.
I was robbed of so much. My uncle had got killed. He was still alive in this universe. It was just so tragic and he was so heartbroken. And Wolverine was the one who came and talked to him and was like, dude, we got to do this. And Spider-Man told him, he said, if we do this, we're putting Wanda in the ground. Because I don't want nothing like this happening again. It was so rugged, man. Really cool story. I would definitely check it out. I know Captain Joel's got the whole set. He sold me one. So go out there and check it out. Big Dog Comics, Thunderdome Gaming, right up there in Fort Pierce.
Oh, I see Captain Joel. He's talking about Sue Richards and
Reed,
bringing Franklin into danger all the time. Man, Sue made our best moms list.
She was number one up there, man. She's first one of the night.
But back to Scarlet Witch here. You guys could see she says 3 words here: no more mutants, and
knocks them down to I think the 298 or the 598.
Yeah, there was a certain number of ones that were still walking around.
I have that book, but I don't remember. I'm not so good with the math. But yeah, it was only a couple hundred. So it was pretty cool, man. It kind of helped rein in a lot of that X universe that got kind of out of hand anyways. But great freaking stories and stuff like that. But it turns out that, maybe her kids weren't gone for good, huh?
Oh, no, man. Yeah, eventually, just like most comic book characters, no one ever really dies,
Not in Marvel.
But after things got all set right, eventually the 2 kids did pop up as...
Boop.
Wiccan and
the Speedy.
Now, while I think this is a cool concept, and of course, like the kids didn't know they were like twin brothers and stuff like that, and then they came together as the Young Avengers.
Yeah, he looks like Gambit's kid over there.
He does.
It's like Gambit's kid, but raised by the Morlocks. And then you got Quicksilver's kid, who I guess could be, his nephew. So that's
sure.
But I'm not seeing a lot of Vision in either one of them, man. Just saying. Where you at, Vision? You got to be checking that dinner.
But at least the boys did eventually come back to characterization, so it's not so bad. But
a little lazy, I think, in the fact that they're a witch and a speedster.
Yeah, they could have made that a little better.
Because your guys' powers were just like your dad's.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you got to look at it too, and it's like we get it. Eventually, things wrapped, and Wanda is still doing stuff, but for those actions that she took, cuckoo.
Yeah.
Makes you a pretty bad mom.
Yeah, to destroy the Avengers, to wipe out half the mutants on the planet, causing a bunch of them to get dead, to create the House of M alternate universe, to try to protect your family is somewhat admirable, but at the expense of everyone else on the planet is pretty doo-doo butter.
Sure.
So she's definitely falling in the most selfish category, but her bad actions as like a mom led her to be horrible to the whole planet.
Yes.
Which is kind of giving her our #1 slot as the worst comic book mom.
And we do know Big Steve, he dropped it earlier. He was like, Scarlet Witch was completely horrible mom in the comics. So yeah, we know you called it out, man, but we were saving it up for the big ending here. And man, we just got to say, like, you know, it looks like in the MCU, they're definitely not making Wanda as crazy as she is in the comics. But who knows? Her reality warping abilities, that could, you know, be a way for them to pull all these franchises together. We're talking about, you know, you 20th Century Fox.
Yeah, where you at, bruh? Where you at with the new FF, man? We want to see some Emily Blunt action there.
There you go, man.
Some Sue Storm. I think that'd be hot. With who's her husband out there? The guy from The Office.
Oh, yeah. Who do you
like,
think he should be? Who's going to be?
Reed. Yeah,
okay.
he's Reed and she's Sue. I think that'd be great.
Okay,
you know?
okay. We're going to get the guy.
Krasinski, right? Is it John Krasinski's his
We're going
name?
to get Chris Evans to be Human
Johnny
Torch.
Spencer. Dude, did you see the Deadpool thing that they have? It's Deadpool and he's painting a portrait of Captain America, but like the audience can see the portrait, but Cap can't, and he's painting Johnny Storm.
That's pretty funny.
Look, that's hot, man. You know?
But hey, man, you guys are staying up late with us, man. Thank you so much for checking out all of our good and bad moms. But we have one more round of Name That Game for you for tonight.
We do. Okay, one last thing about Wanda, though, right?
Yeah.
Here in the MCU, her abilities don't come from her ancestry as Magneto's daughter. Instead, her and Pietro both got their powers from the Mind Stone, right?
Oh, that's right.
So,
yes.
For one, let's all think about the events of Infinity War through that angle. Like, what sort of thirst is Thanos going to have for someone who actually found a way to steal power and keep it from an Infinity Stone? Like, that's pretty dope. I mean, he needs a gauntlet all the time. She just has freaking power. That seems pretty cool. But also, too, is there any speculation that the Mind Stone may actually drive her insane to do the horrible things that she does in the comics?
Very good point, man.
Pretty interesting stuff. So maybe we will get Bad Mom, Elizabeth Olsen, super hot Scarlet Witch in the MCU. So keep your eyes out. If it happens, you heard it here first, guys. So always remember that. But let's do the Name That Game. Let's wrap it up for
Here
tonight.
we go. They've been waiting. They're going to get it. Here we go.
That Game. All right, guys, get your thumbs warmed up. Are you ready? First image is coming right now.
Give it to them. No, don't worry. Your screen didn't mess up, or there's nothing wrong with the Power Hour of Lovetron here.
You do not have to adjust your TV set.
But yeah, definitely. If you guys know it, drop it in the comments so you can get some points.
This one is old school, and I know that we've been talking a lot about Marvel stuff, the MCU. You guys are thinking Infinity War, and you're like, dude, this must be some Asgardian game about the Bifrost. But it's not. It's totally not. So it's not Excite Bike. I know it looks very similar.
Oh man, our king of the night, man, Big Steve is in the house, man. He dropped it. He dropped the title, man.
Did he get it?
He dropped the title.
Oh,
Breakout.
man.
He got it, man. Show him one more photo though.
We had another backup photo in case that last one wasn't enough of a clue. We knew this one you would know it instantly.
But hey, don't worry, we got another question for you guys. This is a really good one. If you don't know this, it's gonna be a cool little thing you can drop.
Look at Steve Z's not wasting any time. He's like, Atari 2600. He's putting in all the info he knows about it.
All right, well here you guys go. Can you name the two creators of this game? And trust me, you do know their name.
It's a famous duo. It's not the Scarlet Witch and Vision.
Or Wiccan and Speed.
Yes. Even if it did look like they made that game. That's probably what it looks like when they're
my gosh,
busy and or freaky.
Oh, dude. It could be like, man, is my dad just like a walking...
Hey, I have to say... Who Eric G was talking about cyborgs and stuff. You know who the Vision is more like? The Red Tornado. Because you know how the Red Tornado has a whole family and stuff like that later?
Yes.
I would akin those two very similar. So maybe that helps you understand the character a little more.
Oh man, the we still got a lot of people rocking out with us here, man.
You see the purple? That's what I'm saying. That's Vision down there. And he's like shooting a little cube out there at Scarlet Witch.
Come on, guys. We're going to give you about another 10 seconds to tell us who created this game.
It's a famous duo of programmers who created this game. And I'll tell you, they may have had fruit on the mind when they did it.
Oh, man. I'm telling you, Steve, you're close, man. You're so close.
Steve Z, 50%. You're almost halfway there.
Only if you get the duo. We're going to go in 10. 9
in the doubles. I know. Well, we'll make a countdown timer for this if you want for next time.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, we know that there's a little bit of like delay.
I figured we'd just talk because we're so good at just jaw jacking. We talk for 20 seconds. Wozniak and Bushnell, Wozniak and Bristow. It sounds like you're naming tag teams from the WWE in 1987.
And Steve might be laying down some real old school knowledge. Some of those other cats may have had some hand in it. But
we're looking for the guy who's got the same name as you, and we don't mean Wozniak.
But yes, it was Wozniak and Steve Jobs who actually laid this down. And it kind of was one of those things where
Steve Z on the buzzer. Steve Jobs right there. I know it takes a few seconds to catch up what we're saying.
But, it definitely was one of those things that this was one of their first projects.
Yeah.
And
Eric G scoring some points too. I'm sorry. I'm just interrupting you like crazy
No. That's great. I'm glad everybody's digging the bonus question, Like we know sometimes it's like hard to see like just a game scene.
It's hard to see this and know what on earth it is.
Well, I know Miss Beverly's probably like, I played that game. I don't remember what the hell that thing was called, though. But yeah, no, absolutely, it's a classic. When you're talking about, they actually pitched it as a sequel to Pong. But it was the whole thing where you could play by yourself because the little blip was always bouncing back at you. So
I can tell you one thing: after all of these gorgeous, beautiful moms we've talked about tonight, the last thing I want to do is play with myself.
I know, but you want to break out, But hey, man, are we going to drop the bomb on what we're talking about next week?
Absolutely, let's do it.
Oh, man. Well, we know everybody's super excited because, we just finished Infinity War, but man,
Marvel's wasted no time to get right back in your face with one more beautiful, amazing movie. And man, we got another one coming in a few months, but right now we're talking about the mostly Fox-produced Deadpool 2, baby. That's right. We're going to be talking about what we've seen in the trailers, what we think of the X-Force members, what we think is going to be going down in the movie. We're also going to give you a little bit of history of Deadpool straight out of the comics in case you're not too familiar with the original character. But, man, we are so psyched about this movie. I know we'll be repping our Deadpool gear next week, man.
You know it, man.
And it will be super fun.
And more, name that game, man. This tournament's going on all month. You know what? Like we said earlier, be sure to like and follow the Power Hour page so you see the updates tomorrow and on Thursday, because we're going to have some more games for you guys to name, there too, where you can earn some more points. But yeah, man, watch us live, man. Get the bonus questions. Have fun. Thank you guys so much for partying with us tonight. It's been a lot of cool adventuring.
Absolutely. We're going to throw you guys some love for sticking around, for all you beautiful people out there. And we're going to double down with some extra love for all your beautiful moms because they raised you right and made you stick around through the Power Hours.
You know it, man. We're the Power Hour of love, so you got to love your mom, baby.
Absolutely, guys. But we will catch you next week. Make sure to take your mom out. Give her a call this Sunday. Show her some love. Let her know the Power Hour sent you.
Yeah.